Zooter. Ronan, you got this, right?
I am here and ready to rock.
Awesome. Again, game 2, we just saw game 1, kariossa winning that with some interesting routing decisions that I couldn't quite understand, but you know what? It wins races, so I'm not arguing. But yeah, I'll be right back. Chat, you... well, I guess the race is already starting, so I'll be right here with you.
Be jumping in here on the here at the front end with kariossa and Oximan getting ready for round part 2 of this doubleheader.
Medallion check. Oh wow, that was quick. kariossa deciding to go child straight away, while Oximan stayed adult. So I hope one of our trackers is VOD diving for those for those medallions, because I didn't see a thing. Path of Power is 11 steps.
11,
Path of
12,
Wisdom is 12. And Courage is 14. And Forest Temple is the Path of Courage. 11, 12, 14.
Wow, it was a quick start. So the question these days is definitely, which meta do you prefer? Do you prefer jumping child because, at least to start off, there are more child checks initially open, or is it worth routing in some of those adult checks and then going child?
Really good question. And I mean, we are seeing an immediate divergence by the two runners. So, as I said, kariossa has decided, as you said, to go more towards child because of a density play, as one might assume.
He's sticking to the child meta too, coming out, hitting Hyrule Castle. Question up, so it looks like he's gonna skip the hint up by the castle.
Yeah, so Carrie has this has seen the hint though that 20 skulls is nothing. So it's not a high skull count seed, or even a medium skull count seed. The most skulls we might possibly need is 10.
Oximan got $5.
Oximan, meanwhile, basically with a standard opening here, running the loop of Kakariko. Temple of Time is Path of Power. Oh!
That's interesting. So we're looking at
Lax
Light Arrow cutscene, maybe?
Forest Medallion song. Lax or the medallion or the prelude check. Interesting. Let's see what else we find in Kakariko, though. First of all, a song. Oximan grabbing Epona's song from the windmill straight away. That gives us access to GTG early on. Of course, we might
song. Rush GTG, always.
Yes, but might want to see if we can grab a bow somewhere, at least. Like, we can do hookshot plus GTG and still have plenty of checks. We can do bowless GTG and have slightly less checks. Both of them... Anju has a strength for Oximan, though.
I feel like if you've got a low path, if you get Epona early and you have a low path count, say around between 2 and 4, rushing GTG with Epona is not a terrible idea. I've seen a lot of 2 or 3 on the Lizalfo room or the Stalfo room.
Mm-hmm. That being said, I think that strength was accidentally tracked on the wrong side, because I don't think kariossa has seen has grabbed 2 strengths yet.
I did pick up ZL, though.
That is true.
So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play into some of these. I mean, ZL is definitely going to lock with high path counts like this. ZL is guaranteed to lock a good handful of items for sure. I feel like with Kariossa finding ZL, he might want to find a bottle pretty soon and just. Well, I think chat knows what I'm going for there.
I mean, I think you will find that I have the emote for what you are about to suggest.
So Oximan finishing up the adult meta route.
And meanwhile, yeah, I mean, oh, bodied by the bodied by Dante's mixtape. And I'm not explaining it. You can think of that yourself. And gets to do the race again. That was great timing on Dante's part. Meanwhile, Kariossa grabbing a bow from the Kokiri sword check, even.
So that's going to be interesting when Kariossa does go back adult and grab Epona's song from that Storm's check.
Yeah, that would probably, even especially considering that a strength is just straight available from Anju, that will probably push him towards GGG pretty heavily.
Ooh, what is Mido Provido?
A hook shot, even more so.
Yeah, he's basically got the
most of
GGG starter kit.
In Logic. It's a forest starter kit as well, though. And a bottle from Dompe. Speaking of rushing ice,
bottle. We know what that means.
We do. Deku Tree is Path of Courage.
That's kind of a terrifying hint for me, because that just tells me the Kokiri sword is locked behind just a ridiculous item path.
Yeah. I mean, though, we already have 1, 2, 3 Ice Cavern Foolish. Never mind rushing ice.
Don't rush ice.
Rushing ice has been cancelled. Kariossa not happy about that information for some reason. Meanwhile, Oximan has grabbed some chews.
We'll see if he goes into read. Nope, he's gonna skip. It looks like he's gonna skip Redead Grotto and probably rush straight into DC.
Yeah, with the strength and bomb shoes, you can finish the dungeon straight up and get Ganon's castle access as well. Absolutely reasonable.
And we have yet to see a hint for whether or not Ganon's castle is foolish or not.
There are enough checks that it's almost never foolish.
Always nice to find that hint. I feel, you know, anytime you can rule out inside Ganon's castle and Ice Cavern, you know you're having a good seed.
Oh, that's a jet seed. That's a scale atop of Dodongo's cavern there.
This man's got a 20 pack, so he should have plenty of chews to finish DC.
Yeah, not even a question. That is enough chews to actually finish this seed without a bomb bag, most likely. We might just be able to find it.
Necessary. We still haven't found one.
Yeah, but I mean, a bomb bag in DC isn't rare.
No, not overly.
Okay,
Ooh.
Burning Cactus Requiem. We're not going to the desert today, I think. At least not by way of a convenient song.
No, definitely not. Although Forest, I mean, DC's on that path. I think the hard part for that is going to be acquiring everything you need to get into Complete Shadow. Rare small chest in the front bomb wall of DC. It looks like Saria check is Storms, and Kokiri Forest is Path to Wisdom. So Kariossa getting a good bit of information from Child SFM. One time, path power. Ooh. Wait, I did not catch that. What was... Did anyone catch what OOT was?
I am sorry, I missed it too.
Chat, help.
We need an adult. Water temple is foolish, though.
The common water temple is foolish hint. I've OOT's Purple OOT is sorry. Thank you, Purple.
Yeah, are we sure we rolled a new seed? Also, speaking of Kokiri Sword being deep in the seed somewhere, answer is no.
It's like, or just, you know, in Storm's Hall and Kokiri Forest.
Yep. I mean, that's still a few steps in the path. Storms is in on the Sarius location. And what was Path to Courage there?
Well, Deku's Path. I was gonna find something in there for sure.
I missed that Deku Tree hint. But Oximan just found... Okay, Forest Temple to Courage. Interesting. So yeah, that Forest Temple starter kit, they're gonna put it to good use. And Ice Cavern is still foolish. Rafa says K-Sword was at Ocarina minigame. Nice, okay.
Let's find out where Deku's gonna point us today.
Well, we know Deku is Path to Courage, so let's see. Ooh, Oxyman not quite getting the true strat here to open King Dodongo's. One. And number two. That looked better. That looked much better.
Kariossa not finding a whole lot so far.
Oxyman doing well, of course, to keep well away from that ladder. While those shoes are on the way, because you will soft block your game. So we found earlier that the foolish locations the foolish bot command isn't quite working. So Ice Cavern, Ganon's Castle, and Water are foolish. Yeah, as Ronan said earlier, Ice Cavern, Ganon's Castle, foolish. That is an interesting seed, but also really rules out a lot. And another strength for Kariossa. Kariossa will just be able to full clear GGG. It's gonna be interesting to see if he even goes to CAC or if he just rushes straight to Forest, which he knows to be a path location.
That is true.
The old B1 skip.
Bombs. Kariossa's gonna pull the B1 skip.
And does that
Perfect.
just about 5 times as fast as I can do it. But, you know, Season 5 champion.
I applaud those that can do it. That is still a trick I'm struggling to pick up.
I think I've put enough levels into it that I can actually teach you. Ping me about that. That being said, let's see. Oximan now has Ganon's castle access. Sadly, can't do anything with it because, you know, Dodongo's cavern. Ganon's castle is indeed foolish.
Did I miss that hit?
It was a Lost Woods Bridge, I think.
Ah.
Kariossa obviously fighting Goma for exactly 10 seconds here. Ooh, big chest in front of the Goron City front door. Let's see what we find. A boomerang.
There's the rang.
Interesting. And Deku indeed the Shadow Medallion. Which, considering that Temple of Time is path to power,
finding that rang might be a key for Oximan there.
I can't imagine Kariossa being far behind on that, though. He will pick up those bomb chews sooner rather than later. And will definitely also play into explosive checks after that. We don't know Prelude check, and we don't know what's on Lax. So as I said, you probably want to pick up the Shadow and Spirit Medallion, if convenient.
And both being child dungeons, pretty and more or less easily accessible, it seems.
But still, Jabu, me.
Oh, there's magic
for Oximan. So where can those Triforce pieces be, given those path counts? I would say not somewhere that has very few requirements, like DC, obviously. All you need is a bomb bag. There are 3 of those in the game.
I would feel confident in Spirit, especially with Requiem being on Burning Cack.
I would say that's probably too many steps, though.
Let's see, that's what DC, Shadow, and Force. So Shadow, you're looking at what? 4. So to get into Shadow, you're looking at least a 4, maybe 5. Plus,
yeah, if those are all Sphere 0. Ooh, big chest.
Right. Well, lollipops.
But more big chest. Lake Hylia, path to power.
Now that's an interesting one.
And a slingshot.
That narrows it down to top of the lab dive, adult fishing, child fishing, and then the Rudo's letter check. And he's already got scale. He's got silver scale. So the only thing that's really out of access would be lab dive right now for Oximan.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that logically, lab dive is only accessible with a gold scale, so even Iron Boots wouldn't help him with the logic there, but obviously would allow him to get the check. Okay, a blue rupee on the volcano. Don't have the tools to grab the Bolero check yet. Unless Oximan wants to go for that pot jump? No.
Oh, thank you, Kalo. Yes, shoot the sun also would be locked without long shot. So 2 checks, It's 2 checks at Lake Hylia that our runners can't access right now, but Kariossa going into Ganon's castle. And so as I think back to our earlier statement, I think I could feel comfortable that there's a possibility that maybe the center chest in the maze at GTG could possibly hold a piece as well.
Yeah, I think GTG seems just about the right number of steps here. Especially the later checks there, yeah. A bottle of refreshing London milk for Oximan in the crater wall. We found another bottle. Rushing ice sadly doesn't intensify. It's foolish. Meanwhile, Kariossa, going to Ganon's castle, has missed the Ganon's castle foolish hint, quite obviously. Or might be hoping for some bomb juice? Oximan is going to lose to the burn timer. Yeah, keep in mind, Hammer logically locks a check in GTG. Everything else we have. Ooh. Speaking of foolish locations still having big chests. Let's see what Kariossa pulled there. A wallet.
Big money.
That tells me something, though. Tunic or Blue Fire doesn't come into play here.
Ah, yes.
Wait. Did we miss that? Wallet can't be foolish, no. Now I'm just confused. We must have misread that hint. So either it's an OGC foolish hint, Deku Tree, Path of Courage. That's the repeat on that one. Either it's an OGC foolish hint, but IGC inside Ganon's castle certainly is not foolish. Quite clearly, we misread that. Sorry.
Apologies, folks. Sometimes the text flies by a little on the quick side.
As evidenced by the fact that we literally needed to dive into the video on demand to even see the medallions that our runners have to contend with today.
I went inside Ganon's castle and all I found was this lousy wallet.
Mm-hmm. Oximan still making good use of those bomb juice. Kokiri Forest Path to Wisdom. Sadly, we know that one as well.
Deku Path to Courage again. Oximan finally making his way into Kokiri Forest. There is his hook shot. Looks like is Oximan gonna try to Mito skip his way into Forest Temple?
It's a reasonable choice. Phantom Ganon is in logic. And if you're worried that you might want or need Requiem, well, you can at least prep that. Also, yeah, that Temple of Time hint definitely plays into that as well.
Absolutely.
couple of times. Still path to power. Kariossa just getting our reconfirmation on that.
Well, there's the gold scale for Oximan.
Okay. Even more lake checks in logic. Lake, another path location.
Kariossa picking up a Pona song here.
Actually, never mind in logic. Obviously, it's not in logic because we don't have bomb bag or hammer yet. But got it anyway.
Another small chest for Oximan and Wolfo Hole. And there is the choose for Kariossa.
Taking any chances with that Moblin. That was barely a setup by Oximan.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
That's another one of those strats that's looks easy but is actually like incredibly frame perfect.
It's not frame perfect, but you need to be pretty precise on standing right on the edge, and also then pointing your camera just a little bit to the left so you can, in fact, get that jump animation going. Ooh, Oximan
just handing out the L's today.
Oximan getting the best possible drop on that okay vanilla minuet. That means Forest is AD locked.
So is it now Oximan has to be wondering now if there might actually be a piece in Forest Temple.
I would say probably not, considering Forest needs the 3 spiritual stones, and that would be fire, water, and well, the one we get for free. Actually, possible? You need hammer and strength for fire. And hover boots, depending on well, hammer and hover boots, rather. You would need...
We need long shot to...
Yeah. Long shot and water. Irons for water. Oh yeah, you're right, not even irons. We can just waltz straight up to Morpha. I always forget boss keysy, my bad.
Oximan entering my favorite room in the game.
Yeah, but you do need irons logically to get into water. Gold scale water entry is disabled. But yeah, Forest, we know now, is locked behind all dungeons, or rather, locked behind the Ocarina of Time song check. So... we're gonna have trouble picking the right number of... we're gonna have trouble picking out which Triforce piece is which, because all of them have pretty similar path counts.
And it's possible that at least 1 or 2 pieces, whichever dungeon is hoarding one, is also hoarding an item that'll lead on that very linear path to the other.
Quite possibly.
So it looks like Kariossa picked up Bolero of Fire and Composer's Grave. made his way over to the crater and was rewarded with Serenade.
I mean, not the greatest reward, let's put it that way.
I feel more comfortable with it since Lake is on path to power.
Well, yeah, it's a convenient way to Lake, but you also have a horse. That being said, it's still neat.
Serenade, always one of those warp songs that's just, it's okay.
Well, as long as you don't have Prelude, it's actually pretty convenient to get around as child, at least, because you can use Serenade as a budget Prelude.
This is true, and that's always that's one of those things that, especially in some of these races, when I start to get down to the wire, that's one of those little things that can kind of slip your mind from time to time.
That's a location for that Goron tunic. Top of Death Mountain Trail Ferry. So, logic question, which the Triforce Blitz players in chat might be able to answer for me. Do we actually logically need a Goron tunic to beat Volvagia?
That's an excellent question for chat, because my wife and I have been arguing about whether or not the tunics would fit onto the logical path or not.
Okay, so yes, but yes, indeed. Chat confirms that we logically do need a Goron tunic to beat Volvagia, but we also have a wallet which is available and in logic. It was in Spirit Trial 1. So neither of them is part of the path to whatever Triforce piece. Wallet isn't quite in logic, says Purple. No, the tunic is definitely not in logic. That one we know because we just haven't seen a bomb deck anywhere. Very slingshot for Kariossa. We're gonna call that a consolation prize. And that's Phantom Ganon down for Oximan. As Chad pointed out earlier, with a Temple of Time hint being what it is, Temple of Time being... Ooh, and rewarded with a Lens of Truth as well. Temple of Time being path to power definitely means if you can beat Phantom Ganon, you shouldn't wait too long to do it.
And picking up that Forest Medallion as well, so this might be a good opportunity for Oximan to see if he can grab... Let's see, what songs would be left that would be...
We know where Requiem is. Nocturne, which would be very concerning if that's in our Temple of Time. The other option would be Sun Song. All the other song locations are known. So,
Oximan probably hoping for, maybe hoping for not Nocturne.
Oximan is hoping a lot that Nocturne doesn't come into play here. Because if it does, hoo boy, spicy seed. Kariossa hitting his first
scale.
And survey says... Oh boy!
Ooh. Big oof.
Well,
Drop an F in the chat for that one.
we can drop 2 Fs in chat for that Nocturne in Temple of Time, in past Temple of Time, and for Kariossa, who just accidentally took a death here. That is just rude from the game, though. Jeez. You're all excited, hoping for a quick seed. Oh, it'll be Sunsong in Temple of Time. We can just go home early. Nope. Nocturne.
Kariossa missing the jump there. Looks like Oximan decides to dip back into Forest.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would be much happier if he had a bow. But he wants to see if maybe there's a vanilla bow somewhere. Shadow is not directly hinted path, no. But we did find a Nocturne in Temple of Time. Which is path to power. Shadow Temple likes the word
that is a solid point. There is a good possibility there could be a piece in Shadow.
Well, all we need to find out would be Din's Fire, the hover boots, and logically some explosives, so bombs.
And magic. Which I believe Kariossa picked up from Little Roll and Goron.
Oximan and Kariossa both have magic, so I didn't mention it here. Because otherwise we would also need to mention the logical need for a hookshot.
Ah, yes.
Oh hey, Elagatua showing up in chat, asking what is Nocturne? Well, Prelude. Yeah, we found Nocturne on the Prelude check with Temple of Time being path to power, which is concerning.
Looks like Oximan's going to go as deep as he can without his bow in the forest, and
he's going to fight those two Stelphos. Oh, have we found the burning cack hint, is what Elagatua is asking. Yes, we have. What was it again? Requiem. Yeah, right, Elagatua? That's just like... Okay, I smell shenanigans with those two songs being where they are.
Feels like Randobot really wants everybody to be in Shadow and Spirit and GTG, but it's also giving you the opportunity to get to most of those places at least somewhat quickly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have the kit, we have the equipment to full clear GTG, except for well, logically that one chest and hammer room and the toilet. And Spirit, well, Adult Spirit might be worth a play. There's gonna be hover boots somewhere. Everything else we have to logically get to Adult Spirit is available.
That's true, because we have seen strength in two separate locations. Both Oximan and Kariossa have managed to grab it. It's just a matter of finding. It's a matter of, at this point, which one of them is going to go to the other's location to pick it up.
Oh, KLO making a good point in chat though. The lens is locked. Oh my god, is Oximan going to be rewarded for going to boat chest?
Got one biggie boy and
Din's Fire.
I would call that a reward.
That's a reward. That is definitely a reward. Yeah, Oximan is in Shadow Temple. Rush Shadow, no matter if you have hover boots or not, there are 2 checks that could have your Triforce piece. Water Temple, by the way, foolish.
Water Temple foolish and a surprise to hopefully nobody at this point.
Yep.
I don't believe I've actually seen a seed yet where Water Temple had, well, anything.
I think I've seen a Triforce piece in Water Temple before.
I've seen Water Temple be on a bait path very often.
So there could very well be a Triforce piece just chilling in the first 2 checks in Shadow Temple here. Considering the depth that we are looking at, Forest Temple is locked behind the Ocarina of Time. Saria's song is on OoT, and we have a Minuet Vanilla. So logically, we are just about at the right step count that Shadow Temple could be a Triforce piece.
So nothing on that first check for Oxyman. He's going to make his way over to Adult Dead Hand.
Really curious to see what Dead Hand has, if it's just another item or a key, sorry, just another junk item or a key, or maybe nice quick kill by Oxyman here. I managed to pull that off exactly once so far.
Also, very quick kill on Phantom Ganon for kariossa.
Yep, junk item for Oxyman here. Okay, we're out of Shadow Temple for now.
So
we will be back.
Hover boots are required.
Right, that Lens of Truth, by the way, also locked behind the OoT. So not quite early in logic to cross the wasteland, but it's possible.
Kariossa following Oxyman's path into forest, and Oxyman finally making his way to Ganon's castle.
Right, Kariossa about to find his copy of Din's Fire, I would wager. This is a check we haven't seen yet, but it's just a junk item.
Now, to be fair, Kariossa can go deeper into forest, so there's a possibility we actually do see the second half.
Again, with the path counts, I wouldn't call it a bad play. With the path counts being what they are, I mean, like, we have 11, 12, and 14 paths, and forest is all dungeons locked, logically, so... This is where we might want to be. Oximan making use of the Lens of Truth to see if it's actually worth activating that switch, and deciding that no, in fact it isn't.
Oximan gonna make his way up to the boss key chest to see that it is also a small. I think one of the real questions we're going to be looking for here is, are either of our runners going to risk trying to rush Spirit without Strength 2? Even just to get the Requiem check.
Okay, Oximan is out of here. So that's the problem. Both of the runners are chasing probably after a second strength before they commit to GTG. Funny thing for us, we have seen both of these strengths that they are looking for. There was nothing in shadow at all, Hell Knight.
Yet.
Yet.
We'll say yet.
Is the answer. We need to be back here with our boots.
Kariossa going deeper, dealing with our first ghost, and being rewarded with what looks like a key.
That is logically required.
Oximan has gone back child. It looks like we're going to see a Richard check real fast from him. And then are we about to see bottom of the well play?
Good question. I mean, it's check dense. It's an option. There's nothing hinting there so far. But yeah, I mean, chest game is coming up, it seems. So get your guesses in chat, folks.
Well, unfortunately, I think to actually see a bottom of the well, Oximan would have to have storms, which I just remembered he does not.
All right. My guess is the same as always. Left, 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 right, right. And I'm immediately out.
Yep.
So is everyone who didn't start with right, left. That'd be KLO. Big Noob is still in. Right, left, right. KLO is still in here. So is Rafa. Right, left, right, right. I think that's everybody out. Right, left, right, right, left. Would have been the right answer. What does Oximan get for his troubles? A blue rupee.
$5 whole.
Oh! Big Noober actually got it, I apologize. Congrats! In this house, guessing right is worth something, by the way.
Kariossa, seeing that Nocturne is on the path, doesn't seem upset about it, seems to take the information in stride.
I mean, at some point you just have to accept your fate. Enjoy your sub, Big Noober.
especially with some of these higher path counts. I know we've seen some pretty interesting path count seeds in these first couple of races. Also, I think it was a couple days ago we had a 2017-20.
Yeah, I seem to recall that. I tuned into that at a time that was for me definitely late at night, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what a chaos! What chaos did I just stumble into?" Right, it looks like kariossa might be on the way to Gerudo training ground. Collecting a Poe on the way.
Usually a safe bet, especially if market hasn't been hinted.
A free Hylian shield for Oximan's troubles. The 2 strengths were at Anju, which so far kariossa hasn't gotten to, I think. And Deku Tree in the compass room, which Oximan
has yet
so far.
to get into.
Yep. Unless, of course... Nope, there he goes. He's about to find his Kokiri sword.
He also picked up the bow, so the question I think for
Oh,
Oximan is going to be once he gets that strength 2, is he going to go back to Forest to finish his Forest checks, or is he going to rush straight to GTG?
I think he... good question. One thing is for sure, we know that Shadow Temple is actually Path. It's Path to Courage. Hyrule Field Boulder of Destiny gave us that new information. What do we make of this?
I feel like
Does that make it less likely that there's actually a piece in Shadow?
I think it does, but I think that really strongly points to Courage having to be maybe deep in spirit somewhere.
And we just learned that Jabu is foolish from kariossa. Definitely interesting. I think I'm starting to be of the opinion Gerudo training ground is Path of Wisdom. Yeah, kariossa, that's probably where you want to be headed.
Use the choose to wrap up his Hyrule Field checks.
Reasonable.
That Shadow Temple hint definitely strongly points to, since Requiem's on Burning Cack.
Something's in Shadow, yeah, definitely. Sorry, something's in Spirit.
And kariossa just picking up that GTG's Path to Wisdom. I feel like there's a strong chance that there's a strong chance there's a piece in GTG.
That's where that Bombeck has been hiding. Okay, Sphere Zero, Dampe digging.
Dampe hoards Bombacks.
Okay, that's a location. Big chest on Hammer Rocks, of course.
So Yogatu's got a good point. That kariossa rushing GTG is good. With a hook shot on the bow, he can do the majority of it. But if there's anything in that lifelike room, he's gonna have a bad day.
Yes, indeed. Also, with the best regards to the Blitz, to the mixed pools players, we just saw the boys. And Fortress Path to Power. Yup. Game wanted us to be in GTG 2 hours ago.
Well, Fortress's Path. Oh, and there's the Mirror Shield.
Just chilling in the valley. Which means that Kariossa isn't safe scumming or death warping here, I think. Right? Oh no, never mind, you can actually death warp. And by
There he goes.
calculated choice to get back up to that tent. Definitely taking Epona along here, considering we are looking at a path fortress. Which, you know, it's gonna be on horseback archery. It's always on horseback archery. Kariossa stopping Epona slightly early. Does not want to get busted this time. And that is strength 2 for Oximan. I don't think either runner has
Kariossa has Scarecrow, and I don't believe he did. I don't believe either of our runners have made it over to Lake, both as child and adult.
Correct. Also, free Scarecrow in Blitz when? Silver
Gauntlets in chat for Oxyman.
Why do B1 skip when you have bombs? Good choice.
That's what I say. Why jump around when you can blow yourself up?
Oh, Oximan, be a bit careful here. Don't want to take a death now. A casual 1390 by a Kariossa on horseback archery. Welp.
Well, halfway there. For 20 bucks.
Yep. Gets his money back, that's fine.
And this is one of those things it's always difficult to kind of line up those shots.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh.
Ooh. You only get one shot. Gotta hit one of those pots. Do not miss your chance to blow, that's it. And rewarded with the hover boots.
On 1500 too. That's just
Brutal.
Randobot watched the last race and decided, oh, you thought that was fun. Here, try this instead.
Try this one on for size. Gonna be interesting to see what is in GTG now. We have the hovers. Could GTG just be for something to do our OoT dungeons, to do our stone dungeons? Because remember, we have stone, fire, and water, so GTG could very well just be an item that gets us into Forest Temple.
Could be looking at the long shot for water. Could be looking at the hammer for deep fire.
Yup.
I mean, if the seed's feeling rude.
Meanwhile, it is 1 hour into the seed, and Oximan is
Happy 1 hour, everybody.
Happy 1 hour. Oximan is making his way to London Ranch. Happy 1 hour, and thank you to everyone who volunteered and made this restream possible. First of all, of course, thank you to Kariossa and Oximan for the restream permission. Thank you also to our trackers, Dowsy, Rafa, and Ginger Sonny. And that is bomb bag for Kariossa. Oh, right side mace is loaded.
Ooh.
But only with items that we don't actually need. A bomb bag, a bow, and a bottle. Also, of course, thank you to my co-commentator, Ronin Traveler.
Always happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to join you today, Tobias.
My pleasure, as always. And thank you to also to our restreamer, Hell Knight, for making sure the show reaches your eyeballs. And also, of course, thank you, chat, for being here.
You're also picking up keys.
Might have peeked something in the middle of the maze that I didn't quite see. I still have trouble identifying chests in that maze.
You might have seen, I think there might have been a large chest 3/4 of the way to the center.
Possibly. Also, okay, more keys.
Doesn't seem like it.
I didn't see any gold through those crates, but I am not known for identifying things correctly, so take that with 2 grains of salt.
And a little bit of pepper.
Spicy. Here we go.
Oh.
Just be right here, though. That's a path item. That is a long shot for your water completion. Do you want to do that?
Definitely a path item Kariossa probably did not want to see.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to complete water at this point? I'm saying no. It's 1 hour into the seed and we have 0 Triforce pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you, Gatu. I also believe that is bait.
Yep, immediately reminded of that scene from Mad Max Fury Road. That's bait. Ooh, shoot the sun is a thing.
That is true, and once Oximan makes his way over, that'll pretty much give him full access to lake.
Yep, that's true. So yes, water is foolish. The only reason you would need to complete it in this seed is to get the stone for the Saria Song on All dungeons, which logically is required to be able to get into Sacred Forest Meadow as an adult and Forest Temple. So, do you want to do water? Heck no. But that could definitely be your path item. For that reason.
Seems Randobot is less interested in what you want to do and is more interested in telling you what you're going to do.
I mean, and then Mito skip happens, and the runners answer with, "Watch this." Oximan deciding to pick up that heart container or piece of heart.
Gonna head over and grab that mirror shield while he's at it.
Okay. In general, Rafa, you would be correct, but not in Triforce Blitz. The trick gold scale water is explicitly disabled.
See, he did see one.
Yup. Oh, a bait.
So either the like room locked behind strength 2, or toilet, which would be locked behind irons right now.
Yep.
It is always frustrating leaving a dungeon with only 1 or 2 checks behind you and having those kind of linger in the back of your mind as you try to move forward through the logic chain.
Well, that's true. I think Kariossa is pretty confident that he has found the path item with that long shot.
Going to see some wasteland.
And we are not seeing well today. It's a foolish choice.
Oxyman's going to work his way through the lake and see if there's anything here that might clarify the power path. Not lab dive.
Yeah, this seed is a bit like a Christmas song in that, yeah, Noel, Noel. I'm about to be banished from here.
Choose!
And the fish takes the bait for Oximan. Meanwhile, Kariossa finished crossing the wasteland.
Time to see if child fishing is...
It is.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, not the path item you wanted to see, but it is definitely path item.
So for the Blitz tournament, I've kind of taken to Iron Boots as hinting more towards Soggy Hole lately. It just always kind of seems that the Iron Boots are almost never really pointing me at water.
Yeah, but in this particular constellation, I mean, basically everything is behind Shadow at this point. I'm going to call that. And for Shadow, we need forest X's because we need Dins. And for Dins, or rather forest X's, we need all dungeons, or OoT at least. So yeah, fun times. The path counts in this seed are deceptively low for what the game expects you to do.
Absolutely, and there's Sun Song for Kariossa.
Yep, and kariossa also getting the good news that bottom of the well is foolish. Hammer can't be in Shadow for once, because, again, Shadow access is all dungeons locked. And Fire is one of those stone dungeons. Kariossa about to show us more of Shadow Temple, which is, I think, the right call.
Yeah, he's going to make his way past the first two checks we've seen.
Likewise, Oximan wanted to go back into Shadow and then remembered, oh wait, I got the wrong boots. It can't be in Water Temple. Water Temple's foolish. And again, there can't be anything in here that is required for the completion of Water Temple because water's a stone.
The most we need out of water is to just do a quick Morpho fight.
Yep. And since there's no boss key to find, that is really just in and out in a minute. Oximan finally finding his version of the Serenade of Water. And alright, Kariossa is about to show us new checks in Shadow Temple. And I think that's the third dip Oximan has to do into Forest.
Yeah, Pearl's got a good point. We're really kind of narrowing ourselves down to either Rudo's letters so that we can beat Jabu for that cutscene, or looking for Strength 3, possibly for Light Trial. Oxyman deciding he's going to rush back into Forest to finish out those checks that he was missing earlier without the bow.
I mean, as we had been theory crafting earlier, Forest is one of those places that has just about the right path count. It's gonna be...
And as we all know...
Hmm?
Oh, go ahead.
It's gonna be interesting to see what our path item in Spirit, in Shadow is going to be. Because Shadow, as we recall, I think is path to power?
Yes, I believe that was the hint we were on. And
So
as chat is so keen on what we're looking for in Spirit. I mean, chat, we all know Twin Rova hoards Triforce pieces.
Yeah, that is information that I've been given before, and I've seen that isn't just idle banter. Twin Rova really likes those Triforce pieces.
So far, Kariossa not coming across much in Shadow.
Plenty of checks left to go. There's the Crusher room coming up next, and that's let me try that sentence again. There is the Crusher room coming up next, and that's 3 more chests that we can check. Oh, big chest. And that's strength 3. That is pretty much guaranteed to be our path item here. So either OGC or Light Trial has something that we need.
Ooh. Kariossa missing the backflip there. Being a little frustrated about it.
Yeah, one needs that key though, obviously. Yeah, timing mistakes happen to the best of us. And the problem is though that Kariossa, of course, is missing a strength still.
And he's missing, I believe the strength he's missing is the one that we had on Adult Anju, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. A 0 strength just sitting right there in Kakariko that he did not get.
And that's always the frustrating part, especially this late in a seed. Something as simple as those Sphere Zero checks can have a tendency to kind of slip your mind. Especially with Kariossa having already done some of Adult CAC.
Woof, this is worrying.
Right. Oximan's going to make his way to Pierre so that he can do adult fishing.
And fire arrows for Kariossa? Is that a possible path item?
Deep Shadow Trial? Question mark?
Not with a long shot that we already have.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Fire. I mean, Sodium, Shadow can't be full bait. We know it's at least path to power.
Here we go. What's this?
Items, big stabby. Okay, I mean, we'll take it. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Happens. Oh, Path of Courage, yeah, sorry.
Big stabby, not a hard requirement for anything, but always kind of a nice have in some cases.
Mm-hmm. We don't turn down a big Goron sword. Okay, one more chance for this game to not require the back of Shadow Temple, and of course it does.
So it looks like we're going on a boat ride. I will say I have missed that jump Kariossa just made on more than one occasion.
He makes it look so easy.
And there's
And
Rudo's lever on top of the lab.
Okay, that is most likely a path item here. Oh! Jabu is the spirit medallion. This enables us to complete Jabu. And Temple of Time
Yep.
is
Get
path. So now I am on board with Sodium's idea of Shadow being full bait. Because possibly what the game actually wants us to do. There's nothing left to be on Lex? Oh, don't crush my dreams like that, Purple. Hammer can't be on Lex, I think. Yeah, hammer comes before Forest, but actually it can be on Lex. So the 11, 12, and 14 are the that you see on the screen here are the steps required in the logic chain to get to the relevant Triforce pieces of power, wisdom, and courage. This is Triforce Blitz. There's more information on the website that was just linked in chat. Basically, you're looking for 3 Triforce pieces, and you get a ton of information that helps you find them, but you also have a time limit of 2 hours.
So here's the thing. Oximan making his way... Oh, well.
And there's the first Triforce piece for Kariossa.
So again, Oximan slowly making his way into GTG, where the only places we haven't been able to see in GTG are toilet and behind the push block in the Wolfhold's room with the lights. Kariossa can definitely feel vindicated for making his rush deep into Shadow.
Definitely. Well, this is just annoying. We have all the tools we need, I think, to basically clear the seed. It's just that we only have 36 minutes left to actually do anything here. So where do you spend your time now? I would say go Spirit?
Yeah, I would say, especially if with 30 minutes left and you've essentially exhausted most of the dungeons available at this point, if you can get into Adult Spirit, which Kariossa now can, with that second strength he found in Shadow, it would make the most sense.
Now, here's my question. Do you, if you're Kariossa, just go into the Dodongo's cavern, open up the Dodongo face, and just get, like, invested the 3 minutes or so it takes to go mode Dodongo's cavern with bomb shoes to get your Requiem here? To be safe from having to come back to do that later when you realize you need to be in spirit as child.
That could be the smart play, especially if there are keys hiding on child's side. So, like, Kariossa might agree with that assessment. And since Oximan's got to make sure he checks everything in shadow, then he's going to be about 15 minutes before he finishes that up.
Yep, we've already seen Oximan will be rewarded with a Triforce piece at the end of it. Kariossa, on the other hand, seems to be headed for DC. Seems to want that Requiem check. Or rather, seems to want that Requiem of Spirit. Which, yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, putting choose right on the C stick. He's not checking anything in here. Well, yeah, not even checking the hint. He's straight rushing to King Dodongo. Thing is, Kariossa has a chance, as Purple points out, to find his strength 3 by sheer luck. If he remembers that he hasn't talked to Anju yet.
I feel like in that instance he would have Kariossa's got the one opportunity as soon as he completes DC and gets dropped into CAC. If he can remember to run over and chat with her, otherwise there's also a good possibility that once he gets Requiem, he just immediately plays it, with there only being 30 minutes left.
I mean, both are definitely defensible plays. And it's especially in Triforce Blitz, it's just a question of how thorough do you want to be, how thorough can you afford to be, with a 2-hour time limit always at the back of your mind.
Dante saying he does not feel strongly that Kariossa is going to talk to Anju. I kind of also want to lean in that direction a little bit.
I agree. But yeah, while Nightbot actually reminds us of that, programming notice. Tomorrow, that is Monday, at 10 p.m. Central European Time, or 4 p.m. US Eastern Time, we're gonna have some content for you that is not Triforce Blitz. I know that's rare. That's something that's completely unexpected during the last week or so. It is the Battle of the Herald Brothers in mixed pools, in the mixed pools tournament. Lee and Alexander Herald fighting it out in mixed pools round 4 to see who gets to move on. And of course, live here on the Silver Gauntlets.
So Oximan has picked up his strength 3, and Kariossa did not talk to Anju. It seems he's going to go Child Spirit just to triple make sure he doesn't have to deal with any silly key logic.
I mean... KLO, I strongly disagree, but we're gonna have to discuss that particular wrongness of yours later. Oh, Oximan, not quite getting the cycle right here. What the heck is the situation? Well, we have 3 deceptively short Triforce piece paths for those who are joining late. Basically 11, 12, and 14, but get this, everything basically locked behind Shadow Temple, with Shadow Temple locked behind Forest, with Forest locked behind the Stone Dungeons, because Minuet is... Minuet is vanilla, and Saria's song is on the Ocarina of Time song.
And an excellent child room from Kariossa there.
Oximan, please drink the milk that you have. A death warp back to the beginning of the dungeon would not be great. Thank you.
And are we looking at a piece on child side?
No,
Nope.
just some double defense.
Double defense, another one of those items that, especially in Blitz, not a requirement in any way, but always a nice to have, especially when you're probably going to spend the majority of the seed with relatively low health, low heart count.
Yes, indeed, and logically, this Child Spirit dip was absolutely required. We found a key on child side.
With 28 minutes left, Kariossa still has time to complete Spirit and rush one more place to find 2 pieces of the Triforce.
I mean, my money would be on Jabu next. He doesn't have Rudo's letter yet. That was on the top of the lab. But he knows that Lake is path, so if he goes somewhere, he'll probably go into Jabu.
Yeah, I think of the dungeons he's got left, that would make the most sense.
Yep. And yeah, I mean,
Especially
Oximan has the big advantage of having strength 3 now, which Kariossa completely missed. And will probably head into Light Trial before doing anything else after Shadow.
Heading to Light Trial after beating Shadow would be a really solid play, because once you've got Requiem going, but you're gonna want to go back because you're gonna need to get you would want to go Child anyway, so you might as well dip into Light, because Light Trial has so many chests, such a huge check dense place.
Yeah.
And here we go into Spirit. Ouch.
Oh, full body hug.
Oxyman having his rhythm thrown off by a flying pot. Purple asking if Kariossa did the child climb. He did not. He went in and grabbed the first 2 chests and then immediately went adult.
Yeah. Don't want to spend more time in Child Spirit than you have to with all the items that you already have. You have a fire source. You have no problem doing the Child Climb as an adult, and you just can do it faster.
Oximan setting himself up for a nice river cruise.
Whoa, free boat ride for 3. Oh, what's this?
Got a big chest.
We do still have bait to find.
Kariossa not struggling with his key count yet.
No, he's going to be fine. All keys that he needs in Spirit Temple are accessible to him.
Spirit Temple not being super generous right now.
So, KLO, logically, at least 3 keys have to be child accessible. So a key that is adult accessible only is logically at least key 4.
Oof. Well. See, Spirit Key Logic is one of those things that my brain is still in the process of digesting. That beautiful 10-page document that explains it quite well is still very dense to kind of dense thing to kind of absorb.
That being said, right there is the link. But if you want to summarize it in one sentence, assume the game has to assume that you are maximum wasteful with your keys. And everything else follows from that.
There's Oximan picking up his Triforce piece.
Yep, Oximan. Took a moment there to decide, do I leave now or do I fight Bongo? Decides to carry on. Bow is not a path item. Oh, and there's one Triforce piece. One more Triforce piece for Kariossa. I'm gonna call that, I guess, Wisdom. In the invisible right side chest. I mean, Lagatua, are you psychic or what was your call here?
Yeah, I'd say wisdom is the right count for that. The real question is whether or not Kariossa is going to finish out Spirit.
Trenrova likes to likes to hoard Triforce pieces. You mentioned it yourself, so I mean, you have the time. You're gonna finish Spirit. You're not gonna leave here with unfinished business, I think. So, quick explanation for people who might be new to Triforce Blitz. What do these numbers next to the 3 Triforce pieces represent? Basically, the steps in the logic chain required to get to the specific Triforce piece. So you would need at least 11 items, possibly more, to get to the Triforce of Power. In this case, these path counts are deceptively low, and that is mainly because part of these paths is definitely erased because we can get to certain places in multiple ways, like GGG you can get to by either Epona Song or Longshot. And there are multiple bomb bags and multiple bows in the game, so those also, if they are accessible, don't count as steps in these paths to the Triforce pieces.
Oximan heading into Ganon's castle to check Light Trial, while Kariossa is on Twinrova, so we could see our last Triforce piece on either stream fairly shortly.
I am going to guess there's going to be a Triforce piece in Light Trial. I have that gut feeling.
I'm going to agree with you. With as easily as the strength is, with as easily accessible as the strengths were to get a hold of.
Oh, I see a big chest. Yup. Okay. That's Triforce of Courage. If Oximan decides to go to Spirit, we could be looking at Oximan tying this race, or tying this specific best of 3. Because I don't think Kariossa is going to remember Anju anytime soon.
Real question for Kariossa is, does Twinrova hold a very, very tantalizing bait item? The Nexus asks what kind of opener Kariossa did to miss Anju. Kariossa went child first at the very, very beginning.
Yep. Oxy wanting to play thorough here, which is understandable, but in this case we know where the last Triforce piece is. It is in Spirit. And basically everyone who wants to see a third game of this particular best of 3 is just willing Oxyman to haul butt over to Spirit Temple.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Oh,
where?
He's doing it. He's going to Requiem. Oh, or not? What the heck? Safe quitting?
Oh, no. He's on track. He's going to go child first and then play Rec. Obviously, with the same thought process
He
of
never
you don't
went
want
to Burning Kek, I think. I might be wrong. Oh, we have it marked on our tracker, so I must have missed it, but...
Yeah, you got it as soon as you beat Shadow to get the water medallion. So he's got to go child because he has to get that key, that one key.
He doesn't have to. That
Oh, well,
key,
true.
that particular key is optional in this case. There was a key on adult side. But yeah, if Oximan just goes and finishes Spirit in the 15 minutes that he has, or rather, goes up to the adult climb in Spirit, he's going to win this particular match and tie up this best of 3. Kariossa hoping that there's either a Strength 3 or the last Triforce piece in the last check he skipped in Spirit.
The real question is, once Kariossa figures out that he's not going to find what he's looking for, what does he do next?
I don't think Kariossa uses something like a map tracker. That's just like my guess is if you are a Season 5 champion, you know this game well enough to not need something like that. So he would need to go back through the checks in his mind and just see and think about, what did I not check? And if he does remember that he never actually did the Kakariko loop as an adult, he has a chance. But basically it is... Kariossa is on the same timer as Oximan now, who remember that information.
That is true,
Well,
and that's so hard when you're under pressure, when you're deep in a seed, missed a few Spear 0 checks. You got the timer, all that pressure weighing down on you. It's definitely a strain on the brain.
Yeah. Oximan playing Serenade to get back to Temple of Time. Nope. Cack Strength isn't one of the paths because the 2 strengths, or there were 2 strengths that were equally accessible. But yeah, if Oxy plays your average Spirit Temple playthrough, he should have this. But if Kariossa basically walks straight to Anju at any point in the next, let's call it 8 minutes, he has a chance to win.
Kariossa going back through and double checking his some of his Spear 0 checks that he skipped out on. Hopefully he doesn't include the some of the ZL, some of the fairy fountains in those checks.
Yep. I think we might get another chance to play the treasure chest game though. So chat, it's time to get your guesses in. And I'm immediately out again.
And I'm out.
Yeah. Alright, I think we're gonna call it after Extreme Psi here. Right, left. That is KLO still in. Right, left, left. That's everybody out. We started with Song of Time.
Kariossa going back for his late Hylia checks.
I'm thinking Oxy might have this. Or will probably have this. He's gonna get to that Triforce piece in time. I mean, we know Trendrova likes to hoard Triforce pieces. In this case, it's just in the staircase in one of the invisible chests. He has what, another 5 minutes until he definitely is in this place.
Oximan is definitely leading with an advantage right now. All it takes for Kariossa...
Which is weird, because Kariossa has found pieces 1 and 2 before Oximan.
That abandoning adult Anju, the ditching Sphere Zero is always comes with its risks.
Oh, Kariossa playing Serenade. Are we taking the Owl Express? Uh-oh.
He goes back and goes adult.
And then beelines it straight to Anju? Oof, I think that's still too tight, considering where Oximan already is. But there is a chance.
If Kariossa beelines his way to CAC, we're definitely going to see these two finish within possibly 30 seconds of each other.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's accurate. Oximan... Oh, never mind. Oximan's doing the adult side first. I think that's GG. Like, that just ends any chance that Kariossa would still have.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get your GGs in chat for Oximan, who is about to finish this race, this second in this party of best of 3 first. With a time of 1 hour, 53 minutes and 23 seconds. That's Oximan tying up the best of 3. Game 3 of these two will be scheduled, or is scheduled, for later in the week. So we're not going to have a triple header tonight. If you were hoping for that. It is scheduled, according to my notes, for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central European, or 2 p.m. Eastern. So far, we're still going to need to see if we can restream that. Certainly, we're going to need the help of our volunteers to do that, so this is as good a time as any to plug the fact that if you want to help these streams happen, if you want to get more OoT randomizer content to the masses, and if I can actually type the word volunteer, it turns out I can.
Come and join the dark side.
Then join us. Join our Discord. We're looking for trackers. We're looking for commentators. We're looking for race monitors, and every one of those volunteers helps bring more matches to you. And with that, let's see if Kariossa or Oximan want to join us for an interview. Ginger, would you be so kind to ask them? Hey, Queen Helena. Courage is in light trial. Courage is in light trial. Right. Let's see if one of the two wants to join us. We have asked in the race chat. Looks like Kariossa wants to see if he can find the third piece in the last few moments. Quite obviously hasn't found the water is foolish hint. Or is this seed bleed from the earlier race? No, water is foolish. And we are joined by one Oximan for the second time tonight in the interview booth. Welcome, GG's.
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 What did he miss?
Anju.
That was strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so he's missing like trial one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. Kariossa ended up doing the adult Kakariko loop while it was night and never went back for Anju. And that cost him a strength and thus cost him the win here. So Kariossa did pick up the first and second Triforce piece before you did.
I figured that. It took me a while to find the boots.
Yeah, the hovers on that scrub was definitely or on a HBA. That 1500 was.
Yeah,
Was minutes.
I found the fortress in late, so that's what pushed me to HBA. And once I saw that, I just rushed Shadow.
Yep. And that was the right call. Ended up having to double dip Shadow, I think.
Yeah, I went there without hovers.
Yeah, I think it was still the right call to get in there and see if there was just a piece hiding out on the first two checks.
And that's always a good call because it's there's definitely, especially with the path counts being as low as they are and Shadow being such a item dense required dungeon. The first two checks, if you can do them, is always going to be a good play.
Yeah, plus we had the Nocturne Dins pointing. We're on both paths. So I knew there was something in Shadow, so I just wanted to rush it.
Yep. But hey, this was the rare seed that actually wanted you to grab the Ocarina of Time.
Not OT, Nocturne.
Yeah, sure, no, but I mean, logically, the game wanted you to grab
logically,
Saria's
yes.
song off of the OOT.
Yeah. I saw that menu, it's like, wow. I want to stab OT. Did we find Hammer?
No. No clue
We
where
did
that
not.
is.
It's like Kariossa might find it in the next 30 seconds. It's entirely possible it was hiding out in water somewhere.
Not here, though. Not on Dragon Chest. Kariossa not thrilled.
let's be real. We all know the hammer was in toilet.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
Dealing
also
was
water's
letter
foolish.
locked.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
there was a bunch of
Ah,
things that was just locked by these 3 stone dungeons. Din's was... I don't think Din's was ladder locked. Wait,
Din's was
Din's
not
was
letter.
in forest boat chest.
Din's was enforced, yeah.
So it was AD locked or OOT locked, but nothing else.
Alright, there's also irons in lake. Okay. I found irons in letter and lake. That's what I was
Yep.
thinking.
There was the 2 path or possible path items that we found there, and that is time for Kariossa as well. Where was strength 3? Asks Kariossa. Well, you want to tell him?
I'll tell him. I'll break the news.
Correct reaction. So Kariossa just responded with Kek W in the race time chat.
Oh wait, he never found a water foolish hint? Or was
Nope.
that last seed? Oh no, it's
No,
this seed.
water
Water
was
foolish.
foolish.
Yeah. Ice, water, and bomb of the well I found. Okay.
I'm not sure if you never found one or if you just forgot because, well, you are close to finishing time.
Yeah.
Get in a dungeon.
Yep.
You got 15 minutes left. What's the nearest dungeon that you can access? Get in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
All right, so game 3 on Tuesday.
Yep.
What do you make of your chances?
This is Kariossa we're talking about. But we split it 1-1 today, so a little better than I thought it was earlier today.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. It is Kariossa we're talking about, but I think Triforce Blitz is a totally different ball game for a lot of players.
Right.
It definitely has that ability to kind of stretch your brain's logic pathing a little bit more.